Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 18th edition of Things I Learned. I'm your host, Lorenzo Melcher. I want to start this podcast off by saying, like I do every week, thanks for always liking, sharing, subscribing, downloading to the podcast, doing whatever you can to help this podcast grow. I appreciate everything that you all do. We are steadily going up in everything we do, whether it's social media posts or followers, listeners, downloads, all that stuff. We're up on an up track here, or uptick. So thank you for always doing that. I'm trying something new tonight, so I am going live on Instagram to see if anybody wants to tell me things that they learned. So if you're watching this on Instagram, this is things I learned. Let me know some cool things that you learned. I also have nothing prepared, so if you could help me by telling me things that you learned, that'd be great. Also, but I did pull up, apparently a while ago, I subscribed to this email called Interesting Facts. Maybe it was specifically for this. I don't know. But I never opened them. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through my email. I think I get like 2 of these a week or something. So that's what I'm going to do. I clicked on some ones that I thought were pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go through these and see what sticks here. So I don't know if usually I have like, oh, this is what I learned, and it's very specific things. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just be perusing through these and pick some things I like. Oh, thanks, Rick. He says he learned how much he misses me. So I miss you too, Rick. Thanks for watching and participating. Rick, you are my first ever other person to be involved in things I learned. So thanks for that. I'll send you a postcard of the thing I learned that you're the first one to participate. So thank you. So the first thing I learned, the headline got me. So the email was like, "Why do dogs lick people?" So that's what got me. So I'm going to. Apparently there's a reason, and I can't find where it's at. So this is off to a great start. I can't even find what I'm looking for. There you go. Why do dogs lick people? Dogs licking people is often interpreted as a sign of affection, and very well might be. Some wild dog species lick their pack members to welcome them home, and it can absolutely mean that your dog is happy to see you. That's not the only reason your dog might lick you, though. You could just taste really good. Sure. I always heard that it could be like salt, that you're very salty, especially if you just finished a meal. It could also be a combination of the two. Licking may have started as a food-seeking behavior and evolved into a sign of affection. It could also be a sign of submission. Matt, what's up? You're on my live podcast of Things I Learned. Matt, do you have something that you learned in the past? I don't know. We could say in your past week or so, something new you learned that you want to talk about. Obsessing licking, however, can be indicative of a larger problem like allergies, boredom, or pain. So if you're worried what it might mean, it's worth a trip to vet. Check it out. So really, it just means they like you or you taste good. So that's why dogs lick people. How do you convert human? So this is apparently all about dogs. This one. Oh, thanks for checking out the episode with Chris. That was great, and I actually work with some recent grads from the program, so it was great to hear that. But I definitely have to have Chris back on because he definitely has way more to talk about. We kind of had to cut it off, so but it was good. It was really good. How do you convert? Is there a formula? How do you convert human years to dog years? For decades, people have used the phrase dog years to compare stages in dogs' lives to similar stages in human lives, such as whether you're children, teens, adults, or seniors. There's a common misconception that 1 human year is equivalent to 7 dog years, but it's not all that simple. According to the AKC, American Kennel Club, a 1-year-old medium-sized dog is roughly equivalent to a 15-year-old human. We are way off. Way off. We did 1 to 7. This is 1-year-old medium-sized dog is equivalent to a 15-year-old. The second year of the dog's life is around 9 human years, and each year after that is about 5 years. So this varies from dog to dog, especially since large dogs tend to age faster than smaller dogs. The AKC estimates that a smaller dog like Pomeranian is around age 56 after 10 years, while a very large dog like Great Dane would be more like 79. So this is blowing my mind. Throw out everything you knew about converting human years to dog years. This is one medium dog, 1 year is equal to 15. Amazing. Matt says, last week learned more about the charismatic megafauna from North America that are extinct. I thought I saw, maybe you made a post about that you were either doing that or being a part of that. But it sounds very interesting. Megafauna also seem like gigantic things. I guess that's where the word mega comes from, but they sound terrifying. All right. Should I get out of dogs? Let's get out of dogs. That was 2 good dog things there. All right. This was another one. 6 foods that never expire. Maybe you should just have these for Hayden. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I'd love to have you and your brothers on to be on the podcast, or maybe just you because you responded. Congratulations on the new child, by the way. I saw your brother at Perrysburg, the college day. He said you were supposed to be there, but your wife just had a child. So congratulations. Matt, at the Toledo Zoo, new exhibit at the Natural History Museum. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I saw. I have to check that out. We just had to dust off our membership that I didn't know we had. So my wife just took the kids the other day. So I have to check that out. 6 foods that never expire. Vinegar. Vinegar never expires. This says most foods produce a noxious smell when they're spoiled, but vinegar always smells pretty potent. So it may be hard to use the old-fashioned sniff test to guess at its quality. Luckily, you don't have to since vinegar doesn't expire. Vinegar is a fermented product created when yeast consumes sugar or starches to create alcohol. That product is then exposed to oxygen and a bacteria called Actobacter. That's terrible. I don't know what that is. Which continues fermenting to create the final acidic product. So vinegar doesn't necessarily need to be refrigerated. Over time, vinegar can become hazy or develop sediment, particularly a gelatinous substance called mother. I wonder why that is called mother. Although that doesn't mean you need to toss it. In fact, vinegar mothers, aka a colony of healthy bacteria that forms in fermented liquids, can be used to create a new batch of the multi-purpose solution. All right. Gelatinous mother. Good thing we don't have those cards for Mother's Day. Congratulations. White rice. Comedian Mitch Hedberg once joked that rice is the perfect meal if you're really hungry and want to eat 2,000 of something. That was Mitch Hedberg. That was my go-to for a long time. I like Mitch Hedberg. If you're just joining, this is an episode of Things I Learned. If you want to type in the comments something you learned recently, type it out and I'll say it on a podcast. I'm trying something new. Live Instagram on the podcast to partially because I wasn't really prepared. So if you got something that you learned, put it in there and help me out here. So back to white rice. It's also a great food for long-term storage. White rice, which starts as brown rice but is milled to remove its exterior husk, bran, and germ, keeps best so long as it's properly stored away from moisture and pets, and temperatures under 40 degrees Fahrenheit. When they say pets, what do you think they mean? Like is a dog or cat gonna eat it, or are they talking about like just getting in it in general? I feel like a pet that would get into it is like a mouse. Do people have pet rats? Pet mouse? Pet mice? Pet mice? A pet mouse. There we go. I had a roommate who had a pet mouse, and it was a feeder mouse, and he bought it and just kept it as a pet for a while. He'll never listen to this, so I'm not even going to say his name because he'll never listen because he doesn't. So, as temperatures under 40 degrees, white rice lifespan pushes upward of 25 to 30 years, but even when stored at warmer temperatures, it can last up to 10 years if packed with oxygen absorbers. So if you want to keep your rice above 40 degrees, make sure you have oxygen absorbers with it. Another food that doesn't expire: sugar, salt, vanilla extract. What is a vanilla extract? Pure vanilla extract can be a grocery store splurge, but if your oven is known for taking a hiatus between bursts of baking, it can be worth the extra cost. That's because real vanilla extract doesn't spoil thanks to its high alcohol content. Over time, it can actually develop a deeper flavor. Imitation vanilla extract, however, has a drastically shorter shelf life. While real vanilla is created by soaking vanilla beans in alcohol, which acts as a preservative, the flavoring dupe is made from a vanillin, a manufactured substance that replicates the sweet and syrupy flavor on the shelf. Imitation vanilla lasts just 6 to 12 months before beginning to degrade and losing its flavor. So actual vanilla extract, not the imitation. If you have something you learned, drop it in the comments and I can read it. I'm trying something new for the podcast. So sorry if you're just listening to this and I keep repeating the same thing over, but new people keep coming in the live. So I'm repeating myself. All right. Let's move on. Foods that never expire. We're done with you. Do we want to listen to or hear 12 amazing facts about 12 of the most stunning national parks? Sure. Who's here to tell me no? Nobody in the chat, that's for sure. Do you two people care what I'm doing here? All right. Hello, Amanda. Do you have a thing you learned? The Great Smoky Mountains is the most visited national park in the U.S. Great Smoky Mountains attracted 14.4 million visitors in 2021. Why is it so far back? Do they not know like who they have visiting since 2021? I mean, this article isn't that old, I would imagine. Like, it doesn't have a date on it anywhere. 2021. All right. Well, we know in 2021, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park attracted 14.1 million viewers. For comparison, that's nearly 3 times the number of people who visited the second most popular park, Zion National Park, which drew a still respectable 5 million visitors. They don't have a year, that one. So, Amanda says the thing that she learned I learned that I don't remember a lot of things when I'm asked. It's great at trivia. All right. And Matt says the least visited is Isle. Am I saying it right? Isle Royale. I gotta look it up. Isle Royale. All right, internet. Isle Royale National Park. Have you visited that, Matt? Did you go to Isle Royale? Was that well, probably because it's in Michigan. So yes, I'm going to guess you have gone there. All right. I like the sound of the keyboard clicking. I have my headphones in, so I couldn't hear it that well. Oh, you haven't been yet, Matt. It's on the bucket list. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll see it in your stories and on Instagram. All right. Let's see. Let's pick another fact about national parks here. Do we want to know about Mammoth Cave National Park? Yellowstone? I think everyone knows Yellowstone is home to a supervolcano. Yes, that's what the top says. Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park is home to the world's most active volcano. Well, I would think if your name is Volcanoes National Park, that you'd have a lot of active volcanoes. Countries. Gateway Arch National Park is the country's smallest national park. Named after a human-made arch rather than a natural one, Gateway Arch National Park in St. Louis is the smallest of the country's 63 national parks, covering just over 90 acres. It's also one of the country's few urban national parks and includes green forest land, riverfront access, and 5 miles of recreational trails that are home to diverse native plant species. Of course, the centerpiece of the park is the 630-foot and 630-foot wide and high Gateway Arch, the tallest human-made monument in the U.S., which stands against the St. Louis skyline. What is a supervolcano? Well, according to this, let me scroll back up. You know what? I'll just read it for you. Supervolcano, a type of volcano that's thousands of times more powerful than a regular volcano. That doesn't tell me anything. What's a supervolcano? Bigger than a regular volcano. Cool, thank you. What the heck? Let's see. Nothing in the article even says like I'm crying. Nothing in the article says like the size. Now I have to look that up too. All right. Supervolcano. Luckily Supervolcano is a hyperlink, so let's see. Let's see what it says. Oh man, that's ridiculous. That reminds me of a joke that it's like you asked one of your kids. Yeah. When on King of Queens, when Doug found out he went to kindergarten twice and his mom didn't tell him, and he got mad, and he's like, I did this, had to do kindergarten twice. You told me that was super kindergarten. That doesn't tell me anything either. All right. We'll go on a hunting mission here. Sorry if I'm pausing. Super volcano versus regular volcano. Let's see what I get. All right, perfect. What is the difference between? Let's see. Well, let's see. Difference between volcano and supervolcano. The main. Okay, and now if this doesn't tell me anything, I'm ending everything right now. The main difference between a volcano and a supervolcano is that a supervolcano erupts less frequently in a greater magnitude compared to an ordinary volcano. Okay, that gives me some. So is it just about the amount of eruptions? Generally, it is possible for an ordinary volcano to erupt year after year. However, supervolcanoes eruptions usually take place thousands of years apart and brief. A volcano forms when the magma reaches the Earth's surface, causing eruptions of lava and ash. Supervolcano functions the same, but okay. Well, how do I fit? Oh, but on a quite massive scale. So it's just size. A super volcano wears a cape. Thank you. You know what? I kind of like this. Can this be a regular thing? On a Monday night, I just go through my interesting email thing apparently I signed up for a while ago, and people just ask questions about it. Maybe. All right. No, this would suck if I didn't hit record. Oh, I did hit record. All right. Thanks, Amanda. All right. One last thing, because we're getting to about 20 minutes, and that's usually where I cut this thing off at. All right. I'll give you the choice. I don't know what's happening, but Instagram told me to watch you. So I'm recording an episode of Things I Learned on my podcast that you probably don't listen to. It's where I tell people the 5 things I learned from the previous week. And this one I did a little different because I'm on live. And I found that I subscribed to some sort of email a while back called Interesting Facts. So now I'm just going through some of those emails. So, did you learn something, Miss Gumpf? Let me know. Tell me something you learned while I hunt for another one. All right. Amanda, since you've been around for the longest on here, I'll give you your choice. Now, don't pick until I finish. I'll give you 3 choices. One is, do dogs dream? Okay, that's number 1. Do dogs dream? Do you want to learn about that 6 secrets hiding in famous paintings? Or that seems Nerdball on location from Isle Royale seems like a tall task just from the pictures that I saw. Water and this equipment doesn't mix very well. Although I do have a handy dandy handheld recorder. So, do dogs dream? Whatever the second one I said, because I forgot already. And the 6 things hiding. And let's see. Sorry, you're like, Amanda's like, I gotta go. Pick another one. Or another fact about national parks. Do dogs dream? Secrets hiding in famous paintings, or another national park fact. And go from there. I have a vote for a painting. I lost a viewer. I don't know if that was Amanda or not. Oh, there you are. I want to know paintings, but I need visuals for it. I'll take dogs dreaming. All right. Let's go dogs dreaming for 100. And then next Monday, when I do this again, we can do 6 secrets hiding in famous paintings. They dream about kibble. That's what they dream. Okay? All right. Are you loading? What's happening here? Come on, load it up. All right. Do dogs dream? If you spend a lot of time around dogs, you'll probably seen them twitching or kicking in their sleep. It's hard to know exactly what's going on in a dog's mind, but they do exhibit brainwave patterns, much like we do when we're our most dream-heavy phase of sleep. So what do dogs dream about? Here you go. What do dogs dream about? And you have to tune in next week to figure out what they dream about. No, I'm kidding. I'll say it right now. In one study, scientists removed or deactivated the part of the brain. This is fucked up already. How does that happen? What are we doing here? In one study, scientists removed or deactivated the part of the brain that keeps dogs from moving around in their sleep. Yikes. It says, yikes. These dogs started to move when they entered their dreaming stage of sleep and began acting out their dreams, doing breed-specific behaviors. According to dog psychology researcher, what a job, Stanley Coren, what we basically found is that dogs dream doggy things. So pointers will point at dream birds, and Dobermans will chase dream burglars. This indicates that dogs probably just dream about their everyday actions. I'm sorry. I feel like that wasn't very good. All right. Excuse me. So, well, I appreciate you guys hanging around. That was fun. Maybe we'll do it again on next Monday. Or maybe Sunday, depending on when I can record this. But maybe we'll get more people. Maybe I'll advertise it and people can do it. I don't think that'll matter anyway. But I appreciate you all that hung around and commented. Matt, Amanda, and Amy, thank you for hanging out with me for these 20 minutes. And that is all. Don't forget about the big show coming out on Thursday. And subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast so you never miss an episode. And like I always say, I love you and always keep learning. Dear Jane, chances are you won't find the time.